Hello everyone, welcome to Mean Life Studies. In this video, we are going to solve one more SQL problem as part of data analyst or data engineer interview preparation. You can see here that is question number 32. Actually, this is not a question and we need to guess the problem and write a SQL query to return the output as shown below. You can see here it is given an input table called route distance having three different columns that you can see here: source, destination and distance. Okay, now we need to extract an output table as you can see here. This is the table, like it is also having source, destination and distance. Okay, now we should understand how we are extracting the output table from the given input table, and we need to write before that we need to guess the problem, and as per the problem we need to write a SQL query to show to extract the output table as it is showing here. Okay, now if you observe carefully, it is given source, destination and distance, right? Assume this is the A point and B is the another point. Okay, so A is the source point and B is the destination point. The distance between A and B is given as 30. Okay, now it is in the output also. See here, A as source point and B as destination, right? And it is also same thing, same distance between A and B. Okay, now before that just consider A and B, source and destination. Yeah, here also you are getting source and destination. Next, B and D. Okay, here also you are getting B and D. Okay, next one, B and A. Okay, this is forward path like A to B, and this is backward path, reverse, right? Reverse path like B to A. Okay, now if you observe here, it is given A to B, B to D, and there is no B to A, right? So we should not return this B to A. Okay, this is first case. Let's see next one. Next, in the next case, D to B. Right. So A to B, whenever it is given A to B, we should not return B to A. That is the first assumption. Okay. Now, if you see in the second one, this one, B to D as given B to D, right? Up to now, B to D. But D to B, you can see here, D to B. Here also you are getting D to B, right? So this condition is failing, right? B to A should be written, but it is not returning if you consider only source and destination points. Okay, so we should consider one more, that is distance, right? Let's see that. So it is given A to B as 30. Okay, here also you are getting A to B as 30. Okay, next one, B to D as 70. Here also B to D as 70. Okay, next one, B to A as 30. That is not you are getting, right? So whenever the reverse path also having the same distance, you are not returning that. Let's see here, B to D, that is the forward path, that is 70, right? In reverse path, D to B is 60. Here also you can see this is forward path, B to D is 70, but in reverse path, D to B is 60, right? Here you are getting in reverse path also, because of the distance between forward and reverse paths are different. That is the reason we are getting it. Okay, next we'll see next one. C to A, this is forward path. Assume this is a forward path. C to A 50, right? You are getting C to A? No, we are not getting C to A. Next, let's see here. A to C is 50. Okay, you can see we are getting A to C here 50, but we are not getting reverse path. That is, assume this is the forward path now. A to C is 50, but we are not getting C to A because of, you can see here, C to A is also same distance, right? Okay, that is why we are not getting. So we should return apart here also. Next, C to D is a forward path. Assume this is a forward path, that is 60. Okay, you are getting C to D as 60, right? So in reverse path, that is D to C, also having the same distance, right? But that is not we are getting as output. Okay, now if you observe carefully this table, we are getting forward paths, right? Or if you assume either it could be reverse path also. Okay, no problem. But just see here, if you are getting forward path, in case of reverse path, that is B to A having the same distance, we should not return that. Only should return either forward path or backward path, reverse path, or either both. Only the distance should be different. right? You can see here A to B is 30, but we are not getting B to A because of that is the same distance 30. But here B to D is 70, but D to B is 60, right? So forward distance is 70, but reverse distance is 60. So that is the reason we are getting these two, right? Similarly here also, if you see here A to C 50, with C to A also 50, right? You can see here. So that is the reason we are not getting both. We are only getting, we need to return only one, right? Next, this is also same condition. Okay. So what is the question? So we need to return our source and destination points with distance. That is, the forward or backward path distance is different. Then we should return both, either both forward and backward. But if in case the forward path and backward path having the same distance, so we should not return both. We should return only single path. That is, you can see here, right? All. But this is the only path that is forward and backward paths are different distances. That is the reason we are getting both, right? That is B2D and D2B. But remaining three cases, we are getting, we are having in the reverse path the same distances. So that is why we are not returning those reverse paths. Okay. I hope you understand the problem. That is, we need to return only a path, either forward or backward paths if the distance between them is distinct, right? So then only we should return those paths. Okay. Now we'll start solving this problem in SQL server. Okay. Now you can see here, this is the table and this is the data I have already inserted into this table. Now, if I see here, if I execute this query, you can see here the same table, right? So we have two source, three columns like source, destination, and distance, right? So A to B is 30, B to D is 70. Likewise, you can see here. So what we have to return? We have to return those paths are having distinct distance, right? Distance between either forward or backward path, right? So if the distance between forward and backward paths of same way is different, then we should return both paths. So if not, we should return only forward paths. That's it, right? So how can we return? If you see here, we need to consider A to B as 30, right? So we should not consider B to A as 30, right? So how can you do this? So this source is equals to this destination, right? So this destination is equals to this source, right? And also we should not return both. We should return only single, right? So the distance also we need to consider. Okay. Now how can you do this? Now we should consider joinings. How can you join? So this source has to be this destination. This destination has to be this source. This one, right? Let's see that. Selecting, see here, we have only single table and we need to join on the base of source and destination or destination and source, right? So that is the reason I'm going to considering this same table as two times with different aliases. Okay, that is A and B. Okay, and from A I'm going to return all columns. So that is the reason I'm going to return A dot star. Okay, next I'm going to alias the same table as B. I'm going to return all columns from B. Okay, from this table, that is, you can see what is the table, that is root distance, right? We need to consider one table as A and join root distance B. On which condition? So in first table source, in second table destination. In first table destination, in second table source, right? Let's see, A dot source equal to B dot destination, right? And A dot destination equal to B dot source, right? Now, if you execute this query, you can see here, we are having the source, those 8, right? That is 30, 30, here not getting. We have not considered any distances, right? So, you can see here, this is the backward path, this is the forward path, having same distances, right? Now, here also, this is backward and this is forward, having two different, right? We should return these two. These two in the sense, you can see B to D also will be there. You can see B to D, right? So, we should return these two and we should not return this one, right? Because of, see here, we are considering only source and destination. We are joining on the basis of source and destination, right? We are not considering any distances. Okay. Now we should also consider the distance, and let's see the distance has, if the distance is same, we should not return both paths, right? Let's see, a dot distance is equals to b dot distance. Okay, now if you see here, okay, these are the paths only we have in both forward and backward paths having same distance. You can see b to a 30, a to b 30, a to b 30, b to a 30, right? A to c 50, c to a 50, right? Likewise you can see, right? So here we are not getting B to D or D to B path, right? So why? Because of those forward and backward paths distance is different, right? So that is not common. So that's the reason that is there in the first table, right? Let's see if I use left join, will I get that or not? Let's see. You can see those we are getting it, but those are not in next table, right? I mean we are considering left join, right? Okay, now if you see here, because of those distance is not same, okay, that is the reason we are not having the same data. Okay, now if you see b and d 70, having this one is null, right? Same b, d and b is 60, these two are different, but these are the in the second table, that is null values, because of, see, even though their d will be matching, but the distance is not matching for this path. Okay, now how can we return? Now we'll see where we are going to filtering out here, what we are going to filter out. So we need to have only forward path, right? Like a to b, like b to c. Likewise, the always source will be lesser than destination, right? So how can we figure out? So we'll just taking a dot source always less than that of b dot, sorry, in a dot destination, right? Okay, now if you see here, we're having a few. Now you can see here, right? A to B, we are not getting B to A, right? So here B to D, you are getting. C, A to C, we are getting, but we are not getting C to A, right? C to D, we are getting, right? So, but here we are losing D to B, right? Now, if I remove this query, you can see, I mean, we'll execute up to here. You can see A to B, we need to get it, right? But we should not get reverse path because of the same distance. B to A also having the same distance, right? So, B to D is 70, but we should get D to B also, right? Because of this is different, right? So if we use this condition, we are not getting D to B, right? Why? So those are, you can see here, even though those distances are not same, we are not getting it because of we applied this condition. That is source always less than that of destination, right? So we should consider one more condition as here, it is forward path. But if both forward and backward paths are different distances, we should return that reverse path also, right? These represent only forward paths, right? So we should also return reverse path as and when the distance are different, right? Now we should see here this like in reverse order, I mean reverse path D to B. But you can see either all, I mean in the second table all values are null, right? So that I'm going to consider one more condition, and in the second table, that is B dot source is null. Okay, now if I execute this query, you can see here we are getting only one. Why? So it is not or, I mean both conditions are true only, then only it is returning, right? We should not consider and. Now you can see if I put r, now either of condition, either forward path or else backward path, if it is backward path, and that is null, right? Now you can see these are the values, like we are getting forward path of a to b. Next, we are not getting B to A, right? Because of the same path, I mean same distance, right? Next, B to D we are getting, that is 70. D to B we are getting, that is 60. A to C we are getting 50, but we are not getting C to A, right? Likewise, you can see forward paths, right? Okay, but we should not return this table, right? So we'll remove this one, that is B dot star. Okay, now I'm going to execute this query. Now you can see here, that is A to B is 30, B to D. Likewise, you can see, right? And this is the exact output that we have seen, right? I hope you understand, right?